Should I? Can you see this? Are we visible to you?
No, I can't see anybody's giant weird eyeballs.
You're making your way up to the stage. Wait, you're sitting at home, so what could this be? It's the interview part of the show.
What's it say?
The interview part is the show.
That makes sense.
I said the interview part is the show. Just multiplied by 3. 3-8 interview. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our very special guest for the day, Kristin Key.
Yes. Kristin.
Hi, everybody.
Crowd goes wild.
Thank you
Oh my
for
God,
being here.
I'm going wild inside.
Kristin Key, musical comedian extraordinaire and good friend of ours that we met on the set of the NBC Bring the Funny shoot recording. So thank you so much for being here on the show.
I'm so happy to be on the show. I was so thrilled when you guys asked me to do this. I was like, this sounds like such a great idea, and I know that so many of us are podcasting now, and so
Yes.
For better and for worse. And also, you appeared in one of our recent music videos, Hat No Hat, Dancing with the Hat on, which we also very much appreciate. So thank you again for being here. Chucho is going to explain how the show is going to work for you.
I can't say no to you, no matter what you ask. Apparently, whatever you ask, the answer is yes. And I now have banked 2 favors. So
We'll see what happens after today.
Yeah, right? Trust me, they will keep getting worse. But yeah, so it's Triple Team with Handsome Naked. So how this works is we're going to go through rounds of questions. Each round, all 3 of us are going to ask you a question. You get to pick which question you want to answer, but you only have to answer one. The only thing is, if you pick Brad's question, you will have to sing your answer.
okay.
That's it. That's really all you need to know. Are you ready to jump in?
Fun. I'm in. Okay, let's do it.
Okay,
All
so
right.
round number 1, my first question would be, where did you grow up?
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to go with, what is the worst advice that your parents ever gave you?
Okay.
Okay, and my question is going to be, I'm having trouble deciding. Okay, here's what it'll be.
This is just round 1. I mean, come on, get it together.
You know, that's my problem.
This is
never
what I'm
have it
saying,
together.
Kristin.
What accent makes people sound like the biggest, dumbest idiots, and why, and do an impression, and that's it for me.
Well, that kind of ties in with Brad's. Let's go with Brad this round.
Yeah.
Okay, do you have a style you want me to play in?
Kicking it off singing, yes.
I know I like it.
Do you have like a saloon style?
Ooh, sure.
Oh, yeah. I was born in a weird little dusty West Texas town. I really wasn't born there, but that's where I grew up, in a town called Amarillo. But it's the worst. I mean, unless you're still from there, then it's okay to be from there, but who are we kidding? It's the worst.
Right. Woo! Starting
I like
out
that
singing.
tone there.
I
That's
love
right.
it.
Yeah. And I've never heard you sing from that register. I enjoy it.
I like it a lot.
I was going to say, that might be a new choice. I like that.
Is it Amarillo where Matthew's at?
Matt's from our
we have a
longtime-
friend.
our
We have a
longtime
long
collaborator.
friend and collaborator living in
Oh,
Amarillo.
we're gonna need to discuss. Me and Matt need to do some talking. There's a man in Amarillo right now named Jesse Quackenbush, who's one of our more famous residents for being just a total POS and a lawyer who opened up a Mexican food restaurant. He is not a Mexican, and the name of the Mexican food restaurant is a racial slur. And he opened the restaurant, got tons of backlash, and he doubled down. And then called, everybody that made fun of the restaurant, called them all snowflakes. Said that anybody making fun were just gays.
Whoa, so he
And-
really dug the great.
Good,
This is
good.
bold moves for someone whose last name is Quackenbush.
They've got a line out the door. Line out the door. So this is the town that I grew up in, a town where a racial slur Mexican restaurant that is not
Understood.
run by Mexicans, who is run by a white man. It's just the America of America.
The double down is the thing that
So-
really gets me.
how
The
bad
town
is
should
it?
be called Double Downtown. That's like the town phrase. Double down. When in doubt, double down.
When you said he named the restaurant a racial slur, how bad is it that I was cycling through to see which one would be the best restaurant name in my head? Is that
What's
Okay,
funny
so
is
let's go.
people in affluent East Coast communities, like I have some friends that like are like, from like Maine, had never heard this Mexican slur. And they were like, what is that? I'm like, okay, if you're from like a Texas or a border town, you've heard it a lot because you were raised racist and you didn't know it. But if you were from like an affluent, maybe not near a Mexican border,
Yeah.
But
yeah, our friend Matthew has definitely shared stories of things he's had
Less
to hide from the
flattering
public about
behavior.
himself.
Growing
and,
up as like
all
a
this-
gay man and
yeah,
Okay,
let's
so
just say the restaurant has the word bean in it somewhere.
That's what I assumed. Yeah.
Yeah, you were
That's
right. Ding, ding,
terrible.
ding, ding, ding.
Ugh,
Yeah.
What a terrible thing to be right about.
I can predict American racism. Congratulations to me.
Oh yeah, so if any of our listeners
Yeah.
want to go and troll that restaurant
Yes.
on
Yes.
Facebook,
that would be what to do. That would be what
let's
to do.
just call the trolls and let's go out and let's
Let's
Trolls for good.
trolls for good.
We should start a new
Let's use our
service.
powers for good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can
trolls
troll
for
for
good.
positivity.
Yeah.
So my round 2 question, and then you have to sing again, would be, when's the last time you left the house?
Okay.
I'm gonna go. If comedy hadn't worked out, what was gonna be your plan B?
Okay.
All right. My question will be. Okay, what's the best email scam you've ever seen?
Wow. Okay. I'm gonna go with Chucho on this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, if comedy hadn't worked out, my plan had been at one point to be a paramedic, but I realized very quickly I'm not great with punctuality, and I think I'm a little sensitive about blood and guts. It was like, like I had a hard time. I watched 2 people die in my EMT intermediate year, and it just like some people are like, yeah, we got a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head, and I was like, like passing out in the hallway. So my backup plan was pizza delivery, and I swear to God, if things go sideways, I would go right back to Pizza Hut today. It was the best job I've ever had.
Really?
I love
get
delivering
free za?
pizzas. Yes. And I mean, you can do it like the shift pizza way, or you can do it like the on the sly, oops, we messed up another exact pizza that I like, You just tell your buddy, hey.
Even with the studio working out, I'm thinking about changing to pizza delivery. That's what-
I mean, well, I've been in the pizza biz since I was 16. My first job was at Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, yeah. I'm familiar.
My first real job, like I scooped ice cream at 14 and 15, and then 16, like I got like a uniform. But I worked at Chuck E. Cheese. I learned how to throw dough, and then I worked at Domino's and Papa John's, and I worked as a manager. And then a driver like pulled me aside and was like, "Look, kid, you'll make way more money driving delivery, and you can smoke cigarettes in your car." And I was like, "What?" And so I was like, manager, quit that noise, started delivering. I didn't have to do anything, and I made way more money.
That's
crazy.
awesome.
Yeah.
You got me thinking about it. I'll tell you
how-
that much. It's a very good
how-
sales pitch.
How familiar are you with the history of like the Chuck E. Cheese animatronics and all the other iterations that came before?
This
current
isn't
one?
a
'Cause
round question, just so
No,
you know. This
I
is
was
just a
just
follow.
saying, yeah. I went down a rabbit hole of that one time, and it's fascinating, the history and kind of creepy of all
I think
those
Chucky was
animatronics.
showbiz before it was Chucky. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know the characters real well from Chuck E. Cheese, but I'm not sure how they became, the Chuck E. Cheese house band. I just know all their names. I don't.
What are their names?
Well, it's Chuck E. Cheese. It's an initial. It's not like Chucky, like the doll. It's Chuck E. Cheese. There's a guy named Mr. Munch, which is really ironic because I had my first lesbian experience in the Chuck E. Cheese changing room. No, like has nothing to do with that. It just always sticks out to me. there's one woman in the band named Helen Hinney, and her costume was by far the skimpiest because you had to wear tights. And only women wore that, and I thought that was sexist. I would have liked to see my fat manager wear that. He was sleeping with my 17-year-old girlfriend. Anyway, there's a lot. This is not part of this question.
The pizza biz is racy.
Yeah.
Just Chuck E. Cheese. None of this happened at Pizza Hut. It's like for some reason you put a ball pit, little kids, and a weird uniform, and like hormones fly.
That sounds accurate.
Yeah, so we can cross Chuck E. Cheese off the potential sponsors list.
Yeah.
This is
I think you could have done that 3 minute a podcast. Yeah, you probably could have crossed that off already.
Because we were still thinking about reaching out to him. But anyway, that's fine. You're right.
Ben, we shot our music video out front of it at one point.
We did.
We did. That's actually not a joke. Okay.
So my round 3 question
Just
would
five
be,
large men in their parking lot, like keep like entering the door for a shot and going right back out. They had to be like, "Oh, we're getting the police on the phone right now."
Yeah.
And yet, here we sit.
Mm-hmm.
My round 3 question would be, who's your biggest influence in comedy?
Oh.
You guys.
Most embarrassing child celebrity crush.
Okay.
Not child, like when you were a child, not the crush on a child.
I'm like,
celebrity.
which child really gets my motor running? Yeah.
Yeah, no. Poorly worded.
John
You know what I mean.
Benet still. Ooh.
Okay. I'm going to ask you a classic one that I've asked several before. Have you ever killed anyone or roasted anyone so hard they probably died later? And if so, what was the roast?
Okay, I'm going to go with comedy influence on this one, I think.
Ooh, do you have a
Who's my
style?
comedy
Songs.
influence?
Bring the songs.
Style for the song?
Surprise me.
Ooh, okay.
So, looking back, I'd have to say my earliest memories of comedians were always clean. So, Bill Cosby or Steve Martin, but the clean stuff. But Ellen is who really brought up the comedian in me. So Ellen.
And the
yeah.
ride out.
Ellen. Now, is this like 90s stand-up Ellen or a little bit later when she
90s
was
stand-up
influencing?
Ellen. In 1996, Ellen was on the cover of People magazine. Was it People or Time? It might have been Time.
Yeah, I think it was
and
Time.
yeah, and it was such a big deal to me as a young closeted high school kid that was obsessed with female comedy, because my brother and I, we watched stand up, but he was like the comedy fan, and I like studied comedy, but I'm still not a comedy fan, like a stand up fan. I like to study it and I like to participate in it. But I like to watch the female stand-ups, Rosie O'Donnell, Ellen, Paula Poundstone, and I was fascinated by Ellen. I thought she was the cat's meow. And when she came out of the closet, it gave me butterflies. Like, it was huge. And I thought it was like, she was so, I thought, courageous as a stand-up because she was so subtle. And I think being subtle as a comedy performer is one of the most courageous choices to make on stage, because it's easy as a performer to be loud or to be over the top or to be slapstick, but to milk a pause or to milk an awkward line the way that she could, or to take timing the way she did. She almost had like a Jack Benny way that she could tell a story. And it was her nuance that made her so brilliant. And so mine, yeah, I really studied and appreciated the 90s and 80s Ellen, just the way that she could craft a joke, and not just the wording of the joke, but the way she could tell it. Like, nobody could do that the way she could.
One Night Stand is an incredible special.
Yeah.
Such an, like, end to end, it's always been one of my favorites. I think that was like early 90s. Like very early 90s. Like, I mean, like you were saying, hit every single note a stand-up can hit. You know what I mean? Like, so multi-talented and so far before, like, voices like hers were going to start to get prized by the industry. Absolutely groundbreaking. I've always thought so.
She released one album ever. It's called Taste This, and I've listened to that hundreds and hundreds of times. It's the only comedy album I have on my phone music, and still, when it like comes in a shuffle, I don't skip it. Because it still is like
holds up.
It's like one of those movies when it's on a hotel room, you have to watch the whole thing. I'm fascinated by how did she do that? Like, how did she put her spin on that particular, or how did she come up with that strange idea and make it and sell it? How did she sell that so well? Yeah.
I mean, maybe she'll sponsor our show. I mean, that's possible.
I know she's looking to connect in a kind way. She's a very kind person.
Yeah.
So,
She probably wants another podcast under her, like, brand belt,
I'm
I
sure.
think.
I think you have about as much chance with her as you do with Chuck E. Cheese. So you might as well try.
With
this is-
Chuck E. Cheese?
This is a true
Chuck
story.
E.
I don't even know
Cheese.
if I've told you guys this, Brad and Eric, but apparently I just learned this like maybe a year or so ago. We've been a group for 8 years now,
Am I gonna wanna know?
Over the course of those 8 years, apparently every time my mom really likes a song, she sends it to Ellen and says, "You should have these guys on your show."
So some intern at the Ellen show is like, no, oh my
Yes.
God, another comedy rap song?
Yep.
It goes in the
Handsome,
pile with the
naked.
Kristin Key stuff that people are like, oh, you look like Ellen would love you. And so some producers like, shut the, no. This Ellen looking bitch is going in this pile. Yeah.
That's what
I
they think
love
about
it.
us because of me.
We could be brothers. Or whatever pronoun. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, we could totally be family.
Yeah.
I could see
All right.
that for sure.
So my next question for the next round would be, do you have any tattoos?
Chucho?
I'm gonna say favorite thing that you've ever crocheted.
And I'm going to say, give me one good reason why I shouldn't walk out that door forever.
Give me one reason. I want to answer two of your questions, but
No.
I have to go with Chucho on this one because we kind of talked about this before the show started, and about my I'm going to show you two things, and one is the mic cover for the microphone I'm talking into. I crocheted this on a whim because I thought microphones need hats when they're sleeping, and so I crocheted a little beanie for my microphone.
Absolutely reasonable thought.
Microphones need hats when there's...
Right? They need it. So
Yeah.
that is cute, but it's not my favorite because I
Not a
crochet
filter.
little stuffed animals for children when I'm on the road, and I give them away to kids. So I've made like little monkeys and BB-8 and stormtroopers and a giant crab and all kinds of fun stuff. And so I've talked about this. I was on a cruise ship once, and one of the dancers came up and he was like, "Can you make my Secret Santa a gift for Christmas?" I don't know what nationality, so I'm not being racist.
I was answering
No
Eric's
idea.
question from earlier.
Yeah.
Right. No idea. So I said, I don't do that. I don't make them on demand. I'm like Pretty Woman. I say who, I say when, I say who. And he goes, oh, but I wanted to make her a penis. And I was like, challenge accepted.
I'll
I've
bite,
never
yeah.
crocheted a penis. And so when we stopped at the next port in Mexico, I found out how to say yarn in Spanish. It's yarn. And I used that to make. I'm showing
It's so
a
shapely.
rather large, I think.
Is it
That's
stuffed?
I would say that's rather large.
I think so. I don't know much. It's a pink penis with big balls and it's circumcised.
The
I thought
face she's
quite
making
well.
in this picture is hilarious. She's like,
Well, and I wanted to put squeakers in the where the squeakers should go, but of course, I was in Mexico and I didn't have access. But if I ever do this again, it'll be a dog toy. That was the favorite thing I ever crocheted.
do you know how to say squeaker in Spanish? It's a squeaker.
Okay.
No, wait, that was an amazing impression of a squeaker you just did. Though.
Hers is way better. I think it's
Yeah.
that she's got a good singing voice. Mine gets all groveled up. I can't. Anyway,
You should hear Julie Andrews do a squeaker impression.
I would love to hear
Have
Julie
you heard
Andrews.
Julie Andrews do
What
a
a
squeaker
random
impression?
thought!
I was just trying to think of the best singer I could think of.
Shout out
and it's
Julie
still
Andrews.
Julie Andrews.
Wait,
Yeah.
good call. Okay, good call. All right, the next round, which this might be our last one before we ask our final round question, depending
Okay.
how long it is.
One more.
My question is, what's for dinner tonight?
And I, as an agent of chaos, want to start controversy by asking, what is the most annoying thing your wife does?
Okay. And my question would be... Okay. In a Home Alone environment, do you identify more with Kevin, Fuller, or the Sticky Bandits? And if so, which bandit? And why?
Oh, okay. I'm going to go with Eric because I haven't answered one of your questions in a while, and I feel like I'm trying to
I
keep
was
it
hoping
fair. Yeah, I want to
didn't
keep it
get
fair.
any.
In a Home Alone environment, who do I relate to more? And so I'm trying to get in the mindset of these people. I'm very familiar with that movie. Fuller seems to just be obsessed with Pepsi.
Oh, that's Fuller. Okay, I forgot
Okay,
who
yeah.
that was.
Fuller, the little
yeah.
Culkin.
Yeah.
You know what? I would probably be of the Sticky Band or the Wet Bandits at this time. The
Okay,
Wet
sure.
Bandits.
Fair enough.
I would
Fair point.
probably be not Pesci, but the other one.
Marv.
The loud one, Marv. I'm the
Yeah.
loud one that's not really great at secrets, that's kind of clumsy, that likes to play with toys, that's not really out to hurt anybody, that's just like, I'm here for a score, silver tuna tonight. That is me. I got pulled into this, probably because I had a van, and my bossy little friend, which is kind of like my wife, she's
Yes!
not bossy, right? She pulled me into this, and I'm just trying to make some money for the holidays, and so I'm just going along with it. But I didn't mean any harm, and so just wandering into one thing. And I would definitely if one step had tar on it, and I lost a shoe, I would go up 6 steps to the nail. I would learn nothing from 5 steps. You can ask my wife; she would be like, "Yeah, you'd go all 5 steps, yeah." Or
That
4
was
steps now, yeah.
An incredible answer, and it also included a low-key, really good Marv impression.
Right?
That
It's
was
one
amazing.
of my favorite movies. So, like some of my favorite, and this real quick answer to some of my favorite things in the world have to do with Christmas. Like yesterday, I was singing Old Lang Syne for no reason, and my wife goes, "Why is this stuck in my head?" And I said, "I think I was humming it." She goes, "It's always you're always." I go, "It's one of my favorite songs." Like on The Office, Angela's always singing "Little Drummer Boy." It's one of her favorite songs. Auld Lang Syne is one of my favorite songs. So 2 of my favorite movies are Home Alone and It's a Wonderful Life, and they just I could watch those any time of year. So I love the Home Alone question.
I'm with
Thank
you on Home Alone. That's the one for me. Like if I'm in a hotel room and it's on TV, any Home Alone, anytime I'm watching the whole thing, I can't help
The
it.
music
I just love
is
it.
so good.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
that was gonna be my follow up because we talked to a handful about your comedy influences, but like you do music too. So like, what are some of your music influences? This isn't a round question. This is just a follow up.
Looney Tunes. I grew up on Looney
hell
Tunes.
yeah, dude.
And the reason that I do music comedy and not just straight up comedy, and like what influences a lot of my online videos, is because Looney Tunes had a way of, kind of like Ellen uses pauses to create timing. Looney Tunes used classical music to create beats and timing and rhythm. Where,
and performance.
Yeah. Just something as simple as like the singing frog bit. The guy who had a box, and inside was the frog, and every time he opened the box, the frog, Figaro, 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 and the guy's reaction to the frog created the comedy.
Yeah.
But the music itself, surrounding it is what set the mood. It created everything. And so like Looney Tunes really taught me how much music could bring out, like a mood and a feeling in a scene.
Cool.
In no way was I expecting that.
That's such a
the
cool
best
answer. I really
Brilliant
like
answer.
that though. Yeah.
I mean, Bikini Kill.
Cool. Yeah, that was
love
way
it.
too deep for our podcast. We'll just exit all
So
that
yeah,
out.
I like
Yeah.
the Beatles a lot too. I'm a big Beatles fan.
Okay. How much time we have left, Brad? How we doing?
We are
Is
just
it-
under 9 minutes. So should we do our final question? Or you want to do one fast?
One more fast and then final.
Okay, one more fast. This is a fast last round, and then we have a final question for you.
Mm-hmm.
So my question would be: do you like running?
It's a question I love asking stand-ups and such. What is your favorite joke of yours that you could never get to work on stage?
And my question is, which superhero do you think you could probably kill if you had to, and how would you do it?
God, it's again. I'm torn between two. Torn between two lovers. It's between Brad and Chucho again.
Yeah. No one likes Eric.
I know.
All right.
It's okay.
Sorry, Eric.
You'll get
all
your
right,
chance
Chucho.
to kill me.
I love to sing, but Chucho asked a question that So this is it's a 2-pack. I wrote these jokes back to back. I don't remember what year it was, but I was drinking heavily at the time and smoking a ton of weed. I got sober 4 years ago. I still think these jokes, to me, I'm like, stand by them. Good jokes.
Yeah.
Didn't work then. Will never work. Joke number one was why don't you shake a baby? Because then you have to tap it on the head to get it to stop being fizzy. Not great. Okay, the second was what happens if you're pulling out of your driveway and you accidentally back over the cutest kitten in the whole wide world? You go get another one because they're all that fucking cute. Could not make either one of those jokes work ever. And it's like the day I wrote them, I was like, gold. These are gold. And
you just need to triple, quadruple down, write 8 more of them, and just keep them firing them.
Yeah, what you need is an extra
down
tag,
like
a tag for each of those. You need a tag that you can use after each of those jokes.
And that's
you use
my
them
comedy, and then you just keep doing that.
Or no, you
I think
do
I did the right thing.
golf
I
swing.
just gently removed them and moved my comedy in a different direction. I picked up the guitar around then.
So
You
how long did you try them before you finally gave up? Because that's another fascinating thing to do.
like a half a year, usually on a joke, I'll give them a solid 6 months and be like, is it me or is it them? And after that, I was like, oh, it's the joke. This is just not, it's not going to work. Because there was a joke that I wrote back in the 2007 to 2009 that was like, again, heavy drinking. I was like, you know why I hate job interviews? Because it's hard to put on lipstick when you're drunk. Like, I was like, okay, that just never worked. But I think it's because at the time I was having a lot of trouble putting on lipstick for shows because I was drunk, and I just could not get the audience to go there with me because I think they saw that. They were like, it was a little too on the nose. So
It was a little
bring
too
it
much
back
on your
now.
nose.
something's happening.
Okay,
It's the final round.
Final round.
question.
Okay.
Final round.
Chucho, do the honors.
Sure. So this is something that we ask every guest. It's kind of the elephant in the room.
Yep.
Buck, marry, kill. Brad, Chucho, Eric.
Oh, how exciting. Buck, marry, kill. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So who would be the most gentle lover? Let's see. Okay, for a good I think I would
And bonus points for if you describe how you would kill the person
Yeah,
you're going to
for
kill.
sure.
That's always bonus
Yeah.
points.
Okay.
Or
I
how you
think,
would fuck them. Yeah.
Yeah, or yeah.
Okay, I think I would. I've never bedded a man that looked like Chucho, so let's do that just for experiment's sake.
Exotic.
Just to say,
okay,
I've
okay.
never done that. I think
Okay.
I've had
done
relations
it,
with
Eric.
guys that looked similar to Brad and Eric back
There's
in
a lot
my.
of guys that look similar to me. Let's be fair.
Sure. And in the time, I was like, I'm trying to be, a lady, so
this
let's slut it up for Jesus. So Chucho, let's cross you off my old bucket list.
Yeah.
And then
It's kind of a fuck it list at that point.
Yeah, right? Yeah, a bucket list.
And let's see. I feel like Brad and I would take a good wedding photo. I just feel like.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I
You can
feel
kill
like
me.
we would look good in matching tuxedos.
Oh,
yeah.
we'd look so good.
Very
feel like
dashing. Very
we
dashing.
would look like it would look like a
good.
gay wedding. So okay, so I would marry Brad. That means I'm gonna kill Eric.
Bring it on.
Yeah.
How are you going to do it?
As you
How
should.
am I gonna
You
do
hate his
it?
questions.
I always either
so you
get
hate
fucked or
him.
killed, to be honest with you. I've only been married
Nobody
once.
Aw.
That's okay. I'm
Okay.
married
But to
in
be
real
fair,
life, so I'm
like
okay.
80% of the time, people marry Brad because, obviously.
Because Brad. Because he's... Yeah.
You are a marryable guy. Are
He's
you
a
married?
marryable dude.
Yeah, they both are.
We're both married.
See?
I'm not... I have paint all over my hands, so I'm not wearing my wedding ring.
So how often does Chucho get fucked on the show?
It's really 50-50 between Eric and I. We're either getting fucked or killed usually, and it's just kind of
wow. Okay,
awesome.
you
Yeah.
guys should keep stats on this and
we
make
are.
a pie
Oh, we do.
chart.
We
do.
are.
Yeah,
it's
we
going to be
have,
one of the ways we market
it'll be
our
on the board.
podcast.
Yes.
Okay. For you, I don't think it's how to kill you. I think it's how to dispose of you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love this.
Quickly. I would kill you quickly. Yeah. Just do it already. You know? I don't want to make it painless or
just
not.
out,
I don't care.
And then what
Just
are you going
quick.
to dissolve me in a vat of acid, or what do you?
I think that would take a while. Just like
does.
chop you up, put you in some garbage bags, and then my husband Brad can take you out because that's your job. That's your honeydew. I'll do some light dusting and vacuuming. You take out the bodies.
Understood.
Yeah, and I may go off.
Taxidermying him is off the table.
Absolutely, I have a wall of cats. I don't need a stuffed man.
That's true. We have the wall of cats
right.
already. So.
What happens
we have an
when
open
you back
marriage.
over your taxidermied ex-band member who is now in the living room that was the former husband of the person who interviewed you? Anyway, continue.
I would like to make
no. I want you to be cremated and sprinkled in a Chuck E. Cheese ball pit.
Wow.
That way I can haunt the max amount of children. So that's
there
perfect.
you go. Yeah.
I was really
it's
on
love.
board
It's a
with
callback. It's everything.
Cool. I
was really on board with the taxidermy situation because in this scenario, I imagined that I was sleeping in Kristin and Brad's basement, so we could just put Eric down there to give me some company.
We're all together.
Yeah.
Frozen and rictus, just stuff.
All right, before we get cut off, where can people find you? Where can they listen to your stuff and find you?
Plug
on the
anything you
interwebs?
want.
You can find me at KristinKey.com. I have a couple social media shows one called Mad Mondays, one called Friday Live at 5. On Mad Mondays, I work a Mad Lib with a comedian. And on Friday Live at 5, I go live on Fridays, and I have a brand new podcast coming out real soon. I've already had guests. I've already recorded a couple episodes. I'm just putting it all together. It should be out in a week, maybe 2 weeks. And it's called Fill in the Blank with Kristin Key. It's a variety podcast.
It's definitely already out because this won't be coming out for a while. So we'll put links to it. And people
fantastic,
can go watch
guys! Check out Fill in the Blank with Kristin Key. It probably just dropped.
We got a new episode coming.
There's 25 episodes already out. This took 3 years
Oh my
to
god!
make.
Yeah, I've had so many people. Ellen was on. It's incredible.